Yes, guys, welcome back to episode 6 of Two Man Step. We're in the garden with a little switch up of scenery. That's what we do here.
Facts.
The sun's back out, first of all, actually. Let's just can we get
Good
a round
weather
of applause
today.
for that as well. Dylan behind camera, round of applause. Fantastic.
Shout out to
Sun's
Dylan.
back. No, not shout out to Dylan after what he just did.
Actually, yeah, no, yeah,
After what he
yeah.
just
After
did.
last week,
After last week and what he just
what
did.
he just did now.
I'm more mad about what he just did.
Yeah, it was a sticky one.
It was a slimy
A
one.
slimy one. Yuck.
You filthy boy. Anyway, we're back in the garden. Yeah, you've seen this one. The loyal ones know from episode 2.
Yeah.
Cop app. Yeah, we're back in the garden and we're talking football. We're talking everything football, sorry.
Yeah.
As Tev Sports should say. And we're how many days into Euros?
3 days into the Euros.
On day 4.
On day 4.
We just watched Romania pack in Ukraine.
Shout out my Romanians. I wish I could say something in Romania right now, but shout out to you guys. But you guys played well. 3-0. It was a surprise.
I didn't know they were like that. I didn't know they were like that at all. Apparently, the manager for Ukraine's only lost 2 games as manager or something, and you weren't expecting that. I can tell you that. They got moved.
Yeah, he got moved to.
They got moved to. International tournament fever is here.
It is here. It's
We're
arrived.
buzzing. And the vibes are good. Every day, pub, watching football. When we're not
Yeah.
working,
When we're
we're
not
at the pub, watching the footy,
Yeah.
drinking, sinking pints. Yeah, not just drinking pints, we're sinking pints. And we're having a good time. All right.
Enjoying the vibes.
And there's lots more content coming.
Yeah.
For those of you who are seeing this, you might have already seen £1 to 1k
£1 to 1k.
on the Euros. Road to 1k on the Euros. Not going so well
Not going
as
so.
of time of recording.
Put some suggestions in the comments as well.
Let us cook, though.
Yeah,
Let us cook.
he needs it right now.
And bear with us.
Hmm.
Yeah, bear with me. More importantly, Abdul might be doing something today for it.
He's an expert.
Expert.
Yeah,
Well, I wouldn't say he's an expert. He's an addict.
He's
He's
a
a gambling
bet
addict.
responsibly.
He's a gambling addict. I wouldn't say he's an expert, but
Hey.
he knows his
He
way
knows his
around
stuff,
around an app, around a bet and deposit, around a roulette table, around a blackjack table. How about that? Yeah. Germany obviously kicked off the tournament, smoked. Yeah, that was a sad sight if you ask me. Tottenham. Wow.
Damn.
I'm just so used to.
You're just so used to
Tot-
Tottenham losing.
Yeah, it was a Spursy performance from Scotland. To
It
be
was
fair.
Spursy. Red card, 5-1 to Germany. They dominated from minute 1, really. It was a really convincing win from the home side. I think Musiala played amazing. He was definitely my man of the match of the game. Musiala, Wirtz, even Havertz done the shift as well.
Havertz was tidy.
Havertz
Musiala
was
and Wirtz
tidy.
was.
Yeah, those were the 2 standout performers of
Yeah.
Germany, and I think we're going to need to look at them too throughout the tournament, because if they perform like that throughout the tournament, I think Germany have a good chance of winning
Yeah,
it.
no, they were filthy as well. And I think
Filthy.
my thing, you know what is okay? Hear this. Wirtz and Musiala both playing, but we can't clearly shoehorn Bellingham and Foden into
I was gonna
the
link
side.
it. I was gonna link it to England, but I was like, let's.
Yeah, we'll hold off on
We'll
that.
hold off
but
on
it's
that
just,
one, yeah.
it's, look, okay, we're planting the seed, foreshadowing maybe where this show might be going.
A-level English shown right
Come
now.
on, it's more like foreshadowing.
I know.
Come on,
I know
Come
it's
on,
lower,
Pat.
but I'm just saying we done A-level English.
killed that bitch, bro. Touching me, getting on my hand.
I think the other stand-up performance for Germany was obviously Cruz.
Cruz
Cruz
said, "This is my tournament," basically.
Cruise control.
I really. Okay. That's how you're feeling. That's how you're feeling. No, in all seriousness, though, Germany, I think, was sort of letting guys know we're here.
Yeah,
like
we're here.
maybe people have sort of gone, "Oh, Germany, home team, they could be good," but like they let guys know. And from the Scottish point of view, it's not over for them. By any means, it's not over for them. Switzerland and Hungary didn't look anything crazy. Switzerland looked tidy.
They're beatable. They're all beatable.
But I think they both look beatable. Scotland just built themselves straight back up. They crumbled. The one thing I didn't like, I was watching it with some patriotic Scots. They were sitting in kilts, drinking iron brew. It was flipping weird, proper weird, bruv. And then they started when they scored and went 4-1 up, 4-1 down, but they scored their own goal. They started doing this linked arms and were like dancing around.
they
the
danced
room.
when they
Yeah,
scored,
they were
yeah,
dancing
yeah.
around the room, and I thought that's so weird. But you know what can you do? It's a big day. It's a big time for them.
yeah.
Scotland had so much like hope and sort of like not expectation, but there was a lot of like
There was loads of
excitement.
dark horses shouts for them as well, actually.
And there's
yeah.
a bit of excitement around them coming to the tournament. They don't go to many. They haven't been to well, they were at the Euros obviously the last time, but there was no fans for that one really.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of excitement.
Yeah.
It felt like they could have done something special, and to do that for me, they had to set up very centre back, not centre back, sorry, Brexit football. Very 10 men behind the ball, counter attack, park the bus.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the way we just saw Romania defend, like it's honourable.
Yeah,
They were
facts.
gassed
Yeah.
to be there. They were
Doing it
banging
for
the
the
chest
nation,
when they
yeah.
win a goal kick. And to be fair, they did that 3 minutes in. Rash.
It was rash.
Too soon. And that red card.
It was an awful challenge, but he's known for that. I remember the commentator saying that he was known for that prior him joining Watford, and apparently he's calmed down.
That tackle was horrible.
It was
And
horrible.
there's a video of Gerrard saying, talking about the tackle when he was Rangers manager on Joe Aribo that Ryan Porteous did. And he did it apparently twice that season. And I think in the second game he got sent off, which is where the interview comes from. But it's just
He's
a
very
shame.
rash. It's very rash. I mean,
It's just a shame. Pat.
yeah. Hey, they was gonna get bad anyway, in my opinion. I thought that they didn't really have anything.
That's because they set up so aggressive for a
Yeah,
side
yeah,
of
I
their
know,
quality,
yeah, I know.
with their quality. A side where you're arguably your best player, well, your best player is your left back, but outside of that is then McTominay. You've got to set up a bit more defensive.
Yeah, you do.
And I didn't like, or McGinn even, sorry.
And also the way they used their set pieces as well during that game. They didn't.
McTominay taking them.
With McTominay.
Enough of this woke nonsense, as they say.
Fair, he did score like a really good goal. I think he's been on them recently.
Should have done 2 rows of 5. In fact, 1 row of 4, row of 5, and a man up there, and just counter attacks.
Yeah, it was poor, but I feel like it's just Germany they were just too good.
But I did like how it was like a set the tone for the Euros.
Yeah, it set the tone.
Banging
Yeah,
goals. Musiala's goal was.
Musiala was filthy.
Fulkrug. His goal was.
Proper 9. That's what people be saying. He's
I
a
like
proper
that.
9.
He's
One tooth missing.
Old school. Yeah.
He's an old school number 9.
He's got a tooth missing.
Yeah, have you not seen it? He's got a tooth missing like that there.
I didn't know that. You know, that's a real gangster.
It's a real
shit.
gunman. It's a real gunman. Another team that performed for me as well, Spain.
Tidy.
Lamine Yamal assist. I feel like he's going to be one of the players that's going to break out like in the Euros. Even though we know his talent, but he's going to be contenders for young player of the tournament. And
for sure.
Yeah. And he just showed his class. He was amazing every time he got on the ball. Obviously, he's got shades of like Riyad Mahrez, a bit gangly, dribbler, left-footed. And I think he's class.
I was a bit disappointed with Croatia.
Of course.
I wanted a little bit more.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to do a little something this tournament. And they still might. Obviously, sometimes the first game's not an indicator. Got to remember, and this applies to every team, Argentina lost their first game of the World Cup.
Yeah, facts.
To Saudi Arabia. Argentina lost to Saudi Arabia and then won the World Cup.
In Spain, with Spain, I think obviously their midfield has just shown their quality throughout the game. Fabian Ruiz done Modric for that goal, I think.
Modric had a long day.
He had a long day, and I think they're just getting old now.
He was trying. Kept giving away fouls as well, just like getting little light ones where they just win the foul off him. You can see he was getting frustrated. They hooked him. To be fair, I think they hooked him to save him, but it was a sad sight. And I just...
I feel like it would be a disappointing Euros for Croatia. I think they're just getting a bit old.
Now they've lost 3-0. But before last week we were both there going, Croatia could, they always sort
I feel like we could, but we obviously saw that they were aging squad, so there might be a potential of them falling off slightly.
That Croatia game, again, those of you that are watching, road to 1K, it fucked us massively.
What was that?
So, what was the morning game? Switzerland, Hungary. I had both teams to score. Banged it.
Banged that.
Spain, Croatia, both teams to score. Italy, Albania in the evening. Italy to win.
Ooh.
They did. They did win. And here's what upset me the most, Pat. If I'm honest with you, what upset me the most was the penalty. The
Croatia one.
That penalty absolutely killed me.
Emotions must have been up and down.
Emotions were up and down because I was sitting there going like, is this series ever going to get started? And I was
Yeah.
thinking, oh, it's all right. I'll win it on the game against the England game.
What was the bet? Oh, your bet was Kane to score, no?
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was a penalty. When I looked at it, I was just like, is that a penalty?
No,
But
I thought they were going to overturn
yeah,
it.
same,
I thought
same.
they were going to overturn it.
And
but-
all this time, I can't lie, I was just thinking, yeah, Ben's stressed. Because I remember you telling me before about the bet. Italy.
Italy, Albania. Albania had a little bit of hope, and Italy then just dominated the rest of the game.
Yeah, dominant the rest of the game.
Like, that was
They're the
tough
holders.
shit.
Yeah, they're the holders.
They looked steady. Do you know what I mean?
A few
It wasn't overly, amazing. I feel like if England done that, everyone would be stressing as well. Do you know what I mean?
True.
so
They
it's
didn't
easy.
perform great. Like top
They
notch.
just couldn't. They
They
never
controlled it,
really
yeah.
looked that in danger though. After that first goal, was like a mistake that led to that goal.
Yeah.
And from there on, it was just like capiche. Do you know what I'm saying?
Bastoni played well.
Yeah, they.
Who's the
Barella
what's his-
scored that banger.
Barella scored a banger, yeah.
When they belted out that national anthem, I was watching it on the TV. I was like,
That was,
these.
yeah, they're passionate.
I looked at that and I said,
You
there's
think-
some racist in there.
No.
The way they
No,
were shouting that shit.
Yeah, they're definitely some.
Donnarumma, eyes shut like up to the sky, just like barking up.
He was
I was
barking.
like, who cares? Who gives a toss, mate?
But I kind of like that though, a bit of passion.
Yeah, but if you saw
Yeah.
saw Adam Wharton belting it out their national anthem
Of
like they
course.
do, everyone would be like,
He looks. He
you
looks
know
a
what I
bit.
mean?
Who looks like that in the starting lineup?
for who?
Who like if you see them like doing the
No, to be fair, I feel like most of them go pretty just like England players. Literally, all just sing the national anthems like this. Let's go.
yeah, mumble, yeah.
And then like sometimes you'll see one like put a bit more chest into it,
From
and it'll go to the bench.
Pickford's.
It'll go to the
How
bench.
did we forget?
Yeah, Pickford definitely
Yeah.
loves it. I feel like Carl Walker's got a little bit of like
Yeah.
a bit of passion behind it, and I feel like the bench do like the
The bench,
coaching
the people,
staff,
the coaching staff,
Southgate,
yeah, definitely.
them
Yeah.
lot love it. Steve Holland, they fucking
They
love
loved
the
it.
national anthem. They love the
Yeah.
king. They trying to. Do you know what I mean? It's weird.
Do everything for him. Down the hill, from
King and country, innit? It's almost a beautiful transition. Another team I just want to highlight that look tidy. Certain red man leading the line.
who is it?
Cody Gakpo,
Oh,
the Netherlands.
They did play well.
Sensational.
Sensational
He's a
game.
sensational footballer. And as Liverpool fans have been saying for a long time, play him on the left consistently. He's a good footballer.
I thought you said play him in the middle.
No, play him on the left, for heaven's sake.
No, I remember him saying play him in like in midfields.
No, I never said play him in midfield. What are you talking about? Are we just going to become a show where we make shit up? I never said. I said he's playing in midfield and he's playing there. Why did I make shit up?
Why are you getting so angry?
It's the credibility of the show, guys. The credibility of the show.
I'm playing with you.
Never ever.
No, I'm playing.
They need
You're
to.
right.
Dylan, you just something actually just shot out your nose. I swear down.
Say swear again. Gakpo played well. Who else played well for Holland? Ake. Ake really played well. I think he got 2 assists or one assist that game. Obviously for the first goal, for the Cody Gakpo goal, he interfered with the play, passed it on to Gakpo. I think he played well.
I told you Poland were going to be shit as well.
Yeah,
I told you they'd be shit.
yeah. No Lewandowski. They've got a few players, but obviously not enough to beat Holland. Holland didn't look convincing though. That's another team that.
They just looked okay.
Yeah, it looks okay. That's another team that.
They're a quarter-final team.
Yeah, quarter-final.
But I don't think anyone thinks they're going to win, really.
No. I don't think.
yeah.
No. It'll be surprised if they go.
It'd be very surprising. But let's hold our horses. First game, you know what I mean? Just
Tranquilo.
tranquilo.
England. I'm not doing it now. Yeah. If you can see what Dylan's doing at the behind, he's going for it all.
Dylan's pretty patriotic. He lives in Eltham, so he was raised in
Yeah.
that environment.
He's got. Do you have the England flags?
Bear
Yeah, I
flags,
knew it.
yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it.
They showed the SE9 fans.
Yeah.
Fergus is pointing that out.
Yeah, Mottingham. It's just a Mottingham Crystal Palace thing.
Yeah.
Fergus says the flag often is with Palace fans as well. He knows about it, yeah, because he got gassed. He mentioned it and then they showed it like 10 minutes later.
He was gas. Me and Ben were at the pub with a couple of our friends watching the game, feeling the vibes, the atmosphere. It was good vibes, good atmosphere, good chance at the start.
Lively. They
Got
had
the
it all.
drinks in.
They had it all. Hella screens everywhere.
Hella screens, yeah, where we was at. It was good. The first, I thought that the first 20 minutes was like a good vibe.
It was good. Everyone was excited.
Everyone was
and then
excited.
the first half was good.
First half was good.
Second half,
Second half, that's where you saw the typical Southgate.
the
performance,
frailties of what this
frailties.
team.
And what everyone's been complaining about for numerous of years about how England perform. And it's a bit disappointing because we all thought this one we're going to do this attacking.
They might do.
They know yeah. But I
I
feel
still
like
believe a little bit.
he might. Calma.
Sorry.
So, the three stand-up performers: Saka, Gehi. I think Gehi played really well.
And
Mark
Bellingham.
Gehi- And Bellingham, obviously. You
Them
can't.
three.
Bellingham. Rice. I think Rice played well.
Rice played well.
I think second half suited Rice because it showed his defensive
Yeah, well,
qualities.
we did piss all.
Yeah. Second half we didn't do much.
It was so boring that second half.
It was so boring. Even in the pub, you can just tell
Fell
that
flat.
Yeah, it felt flat. Everyone was just like, damn.
And we were outside. Like, it's impossible to fall flat outside watching
Yeah, exactly.
football, but it fell flat. Trent coming off for Gallagher when you're trying to keep the lead. In
Yes.
those games, I don't mind that because he will run around and like I would like that. But
Yeah.
I would also then maybe like that's where I would think we'd want a 2-0 lead to do that instead of a 1-0 lead.
If you want to control the game,
No, but we're not trying to. You're not trying to control the game when you're against France necessarily. Like but ideally you would.
of course, that's France. But in this situation, I feel like it would have made sense if you put on Wharton next to Rice to control the game. Because early in the second half, I think in the first 15 minutes, we knew Serbia was growing and we was losing control of the game. So I thought it would have made sense.
Yeah, but
to
I
add
think
the
he wants
Wharton.
a Gallagher. 'Cause Gallagher's so busy. He retains possession. He's
Yeah.
by doing that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No,
Wins
but
the ball back.
Yeah, but I feel like with the Gallagher one, it just suits to his ideology and the things that we criticise him in the past of him just sitting back. Because once we see the Gallagher
So
substitution,
would Wharton surely.
no, but I feel like there's a difference between with Gallagher. I feel like you do not want Gallagher on the ball, by the way, so you're not controlling the game.
Gallagher's putting guys under pressure more. Is what you'd rather.
Yeah, but that shows that we're sitting off. We're not having the ball. I think that's the difference that we want. We want to
Right.
control the games with the
Okay.
ball. Yeah, I feel like that's his ideology, and sometimes I feel like you can't hate it because some
I
managers.
don't mind that. I don't mind that aspect
Yeah, I know,
of it.
but I feel like some managers.
I think Conor Gallagher's also like.
I feel like he's a bit overhated, but I feel like some managers prefer. They have different ideologies. Some prefer to control the games without the ball, and some with the ball. And clearly Southgate is without the ball, but I feel like people get onto him, and me included, is because the players that we have doesn't suit to. It does suit, but I feel like it will be better if we control the games with the ball. Because imagine we've got Wharton there.
Yeah, but I think he's doing that because it's almost like you prepare for when you play the bigger sides.
Yeah,
But
but
if the first time you try to do it is against France, it's not going to work.
it's not going to work.
If you've executed it 4 times before you play France,
Yeah.
it's more likely to work.
No, but don't you think that was another criticism towards Southgate? As in the bigger games, we're not taking that like we are England. With the look at the players we've got,
Yeah.
why don't we control the games? And with you said he was like, "Oh, with France, we're gonna have to sit back."
No, I said, I still think with France we should try play with the ball. But
Yeah.
if this is, we're in the tournament now. Let's
Yeah,
not
we're in
go
the
down
tournament
some
now,
like
yeah.
ideal world where we do. This is what's happening.
Yeah, it's happening, yeah.
But I'm saying I understand now why he's doing that because it's now how he's going to play. Is not going to try dominate with the ball. And to be fair, I don't think it's the end of the world because I don't think we have necessarily. I don't think our centre backs are equipped to play that high. I don't think so. I don't think as a defence we're equipped to play that high. So it's not the end of the world. I think we got. It's not like we've got rapid centre
It's
like
no,
a Van
no,
Dijk
yeah.
or a Saliba. It's not. We're
Yeah.
not, and we're also not watching the Premier League. The international football is
It's different. It's very different.
there's a stark contrast between it, and the game is slower. It's played at a different pace
Yeah,
and
yeah.
tempo. So that's why my thing is, you look at a game like this, and it's almost like, feels like if we're going to rest on our laurels after 20 minutes, we didn't. Okay, no, that's not fair because the
Yeah.
first half we did keep going for
yeah.
it. But the second half, if you're going to play a whole 45 minutes of football, resting on your laurels. It doesn't feel like you're going to win the tournament, because we saw that is literally what happened in the last Euros final, and that's how Italy got a goal, and then we lost on penalties. Are we going to rely on going to penalties and winning it this time? For me, that doesn't make sense. Doesn't work for this side either. And I understand as well with the attacking outlets we have that we should be going for more, 100%. I think there's nothing inspiring about the England performance, but I also think it's being slightly blown out of proportion.
Of course.
I also think there was issues in the attack, which meant our attacks weren't as fluid.
Yeah.
I want to pose this question to you. I saw it this morning. I hadn't really thought about it for England. It is probably more of the controversial ones of the more controversial questions, of the regarding, the changes in the team for maybe the next few games. Would you start Bellingham up front?
Like, instead of Kane?
Yes.
No.
Because Kane was nowhere near that game.
He played bad.
He was nowhere near that game.
Him
Foden,
and Foden played.
and this is the less controversial one, I think. I think Foden
Get
should...
shots.
Yeah, and fuck it. Put Foden on for the last 25 minutes.
Yeah, I think that makes
Let him rip it up.
Nothing's wrong with, like,
It's
not starting.
Oh, no,
No, I mean,
100%
I mean,
is.
like...
As a footballer, you want to start.
Of course, as a footballer, you want to start, but sometimes in international football, you got to accept you can make a bigger impact off the bench. You know what I mean? Like, you can play a much...
My thing is, it felt like this game, everything in attack went through Jude and Trent. Whenever... On God, every attack went through Jude and Trent. They both had the ball in every build-up to attack.
Do you think Trent played well? Oh, no.
No, he didn't play bad. I think it was very... He was pinging diags and they were landing.
Yeah.
I think it's very... He's very overly analysed and criticised
but
for no reason.
He played all right. There was just some situations where I feel like...
He gave the ball away once.
No. I'm just saying in general.
Twice. Okay, twice.
No,
one led to like one slight opportunity.
I think it was just there was like a bits where it showed like maybe the midfield might not work. But of course it happens. I still want Trent as right back, but I actually yesterday thought he didn't play. He was awful. Yeah. I don't think he was like.
I thought he had a calm game. It was a decent game. Every time England were in possession, the ball went through two players every time, and it was Trent and Jude. That's clearly how we are going to play.
Yeah.
The ball goes through those two. It went through him to him to him, or sometimes go over here, sometimes go over here. Two players always were put on the ball to try and make something happen, to try and give it to that wing, even try and get Harry Kane involved, which barely happened. And it was Jude and Trent. I don't think you could tell me one, like a real criticism of how Trent played or how Jude played. I think they work.
No, I think...
And by the way, remember, I want Trent a right back.
Yeah,
I think you utilise the players in the team better if you have Trent a right back. But I actually quite liked him there as well at the same time.
I think that was my argument, was that I just prefer him being right back, and I think there'll be someone better at what Trent was doing.
I don't think anyone could pass the ball like he was doing yesterday.
But there's more of doing a diag in the game.
No, I know, but that is clearly... Teams start attacks through a diag because you start it and you get the ball up there, and that's when you then build up maybe a tiki-taka or however a team plays. They often start with a diag to get it that way. That's how Liverpool
there's more.
used to play with. Van Dijk used to play a diag.
Could do more in that position than Trent. That's in my opinion. And I'd love to have Trent right back, because I feel like that frees up. I feel like that frees up Saka as well, because we've seen teams, when I've seen Trent play against Liverpool, and he's in loads of space, we've seen how much he can capitalise in that right back situation.
I mean, yeah, he would have.
But I don't want him to. I don't think he played bad or terrible, but I just feel like
I think he played
improvements.
Yeah, I think he played just as good as pretty much anyone else in the team. Bar the three we highlighted, Gahey, Jude and Saka. I would then almost put Trent fourth.
Yeah.
And then the rest is where you start going, okay, he should have done this, he should have done that. I don't think there's stuff you could say Trent should have done this. A midfielder's going to give the ball away once or twice.
No, yeah, of course.
Especially playing in a new role. My thing with Trent is, you should have him right back, right? My bigger thing is, I don't think he can be dropped.
No, I don't want him dropped.
I don't think you can drop a player of his quality. What he can do on the ball, I don't think anyone else in the world can do it as well as he can.
No, facts.
And I mean that with, I will stand on that. Okay, and
Stand
you
on
might be
our
able to throw
business.
one. Okay, De Bruyne. Okay, so there we go. But like, I even did it to myself. But like, very few footballers in the world can
Yeah.
do that, and I think any other country would have him in their side.
No, yeah,
So if England don't, it's the most England thing to like try to
Drop him. Yeah.
chastise this guy in the media the way people are,
That guy
and like
knows, yeah.
scapegoat him. I honestly think if he played for Man United or Chelsea, he would like be heralded.
No, not Chelsea. Maybe Man United.
The media love Chelsea players. Look at Conor Gallagher. Look at John Terry. They love them. Think about John Terry and look how he's actually love him.
No, yeah. I think this performance is just maybe we might be not over analyzing it, but I feel
100%
I think
we
we're
are.
I think we're in the victim of seeing the games of Spain, Germany,
Yeah.
Italy. I think
That as well.
I think that's affected our mindset a little bit and be like, oh, we've got some players like them. We should batter.
Sometimes teams peak too soon in international tournaments. Or like a lot of the time, teams play really well at the group stage and then
They fall off.
they fall off.
Maybe we're just building on it, and we'll see next game.
We'll see next game, but I don't think in how we play it's going to be any more exciting. But I don't mind if England, to me, also never looked like conceding. By that one time, the ball sort of went through, and Pickford made that really good save as well.
Yeah.
The tip, but that was like from a long shot, and then that one-on-one, that sort of like if fumbled through,
yeah.
England never actually really looked like conceding either. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's also a positive to take from the game.
No, of course.
I don't think that's being highlighted enough. It's because our attack is filled with so much talent and individuals that people are expecting more. And I agree we should have had more goals, but I also think just pull your punches a little bit. The media always want something to talk about.
Yeah, the media and the pundits, yes.
In the same way we do, because that's what we're doing. We're
now.
just very small time. We want something to talk about, but I don't think if I were to look at what the media did after the game, and it's this bizarre, like, people who still trying to sort of go Trent this, Trent that, or Mika Richards saying, I want to try to get Foden more involved. And then obviously Cesc Fabregas responded with, just told him straight, he needs to do it himself.
He needs to step up himself.
And that's one thing as well. I think Trent does. He gets himself involved in the game.
Yeah, of course. He wants the ball.
Likewise, Rice wants the ball.
Yeah.
Rice these guys are taking the ball. Yeah, you know what? Next game, you have to play a strong side because Denmark's not a joke.
Not.
You can't just go, now we're going to give this guy
What
a game.
changes would you make for that?
I wouldn't make too many,
I think I'd make one.
which is Foden for Gordon.
Foden for Gordon or Watkins.
Interesting. I don't know if I would make that change yet. I'd give it one more game.
One more game.
Because I think that team still beats Denmark, right?
Yeah.
And I think with that, everything takes time. Do you know what I mean? It's the first game, and I think if you give Foden that next game, if you drop him like that after a game where he's not done a lot,
it's a bit harsh.
he's going to be sweating.
I feel like
we're
on his case because we haven't seen him do it for England yet.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say we said this conversation last week, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't say anyone's really done it for England because we haven't really done anything.
He hasn't performed for England.
Yeah. Okay, I agree. I think the only other option to start for England right now would be, and listen, we both say we want to see Eze play and this player play, but it would be Watkins or Gordon to start. So add someone who's a little bit different.
Yeah, I think Gordon and I think Watkins could be an option off the bench if we're losing. That would make sense off the left.
Some people were getting upset that he took Saka off for Bowen.
I wasn't really too bothered.
I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it.
First of all,
he created the chance as well for the
Yeah.
game header.
Bowen's a top outlet, by the way.
He's
Like a top attacking outlet.
Yeah.
I would say he's not as sexy in how he plays as Saka, but he might be slightly more direct than Saka in that he's more getting behind.
Yeah, that's his more
as
football,
opposed
Western
to
football, yeah.
Saka's going to run at someone. Also, you might see Saka cut inside and give it to someone, do a little bit more.
He's got more of an eye of goal, I think.
Yeah, I think he's more of, he's sort of a striker. Yeah,
This
but
is a big striker.
so Saka's got that too in him.
Yeah, he does, but I feel obviously this is where they separate. Saka's got more of a he can spot a pass.
Right. Yeah. And I like that. I want to see a few more changes from Southgate just because we could rely on. There could be times where we're so out of ideas and we're 1-0 down in the semi-final, quarter-final, and you need to now rely on this player who hasn't played or has played half an hour at a point when it didn't matter.
Yeah.
So for me, that's why I want to see these players get more time now, when it's still a weaker opposition. I mean, Serbia had good individuals. We
Yeah,
didn't
true.
really. I think that was one thing. Like I remember when they did the the lineups, we turned and went, "Fuck, they got players."
Yeah.
Like we were sitting at the pub like going, "You got that strike, Flahovic, Mitrovic. They brought on
Kostic.
who the hell did they bring on?
Jovic they got on.
Yeah, Jovic. Yeah, they brought on Jovic.
Savic as well. Obviously,
Footballers,
decent footballers.
European
Yeah,
footballers. Do you know what I mean?
exactly.
Guys who play
In the
Europa and Champions
League,
League. So I think England fans, calm down. It's gonna.
It's only a game.
I think it's gonna be all right. I don't know about you.
I think it's going to be alright.
We're at least making the
Ish.
semis. Just calm down. Calma, calma, as they say. Tranquilo.
Hopefully that doesn't bite back.
It's fine. It's fine. No one watches this. No. But yeah, like I said, I think it's gonna be all right. I think everything's a process, and don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. This is probably his last tournament, so it's the end of the process. But in terms of a tournament itself, is a process. They're not gonna just pick up from the first day.
Yeah.
England have never done that. Again, often the teams that win don't do that either.